Have you ever experienced concepts like tarot, astrology, déjà vu, or telepathy and witnessed them come true? A tarot card reveals exactly what's been weighing on your mind. Your astrological chart describes your personality and destiny with eerie accuracy. You think of an old friend and seconds later they text you. You step into a place you've never been before. Yet everything feels strangely familiar, like you've been there before. Moments like these are not random. You may have been told they're just coincidences, a trick of the mind. But what if I told you that reality is trying to communicate with you that these signs are not random but part of a deeper web of connection? Would you believe it? We live in a universe far more structured and interconnected than conventional science wants you to think. Synchronicities, these perfectly timed coincidences, are not illusions. They are a subtle form of communication between you and the universe, and I. Once you start noticing them, you won't be able to stop seeing them. In this video, I'm going to break down every doubt, unveil the truth about synchronicities, and most importantly, I'll show you how to harness this power to transform your life. If you've been searching for answers about why these synchronicities happen to you, how the universe truly works, and how to align yourself with its flow, then this is the last video you'll ever need to watch on synchronicities. Synchronicities are not accidents. They are messages, patterns woven into the fabric of reality itself, nudging you towards something greater. These moments are whispers from the universe, subtle but undeniable, revealing that life is far more interconnected than we've been led to believe. Ancient civilizations understood this deeply. Mystics, sages, and philosophers dedicated their lives to studying these hidden patterns, deciphering the cosmic language that connects us all. But in today's world, we are told that synchronicities are mere coincidences, tricks of the mind, statistical anomalies, nothing more than random chance. Modern society has been conditioned to dismiss them, to look away, to believe in a world governed only by logic, reason, and cold, hard facts. But what if that conditioning wasn't just an accident? What if it was designed to keep you from seeing the deeper forces at play? From the moment you were born, you were immersed in a system that shaped your perception of reality. You were taught that everything has a rational explanation, that the world operates in predictable, measurable ways, and that anything falling outside of this framework is either false or insignificant. And so, as you grew, you stopped noticing the small yet profound signs that once captivated you. Think back to your childhood. As a child, you were naturally attuned to the rhythms of life. You noticed patterns, felt the energy in a room shift, and sensed things before they happened. Maybe you thought of someone right before they called. Maybe you looked at the clock at exactly the same time every day. Maybe you felt an unexplainable pull toward a certain place or person, as if guided by something unseen. And what happened when you shared these experiences? You were told it was just your imagination. You were reassured that these occurrences were nothing more than random events. You were trained to doubt your own inner knowing and to place your trust in what could be measured, categorized, and scientifically proven. Slowly but surely, you learned to ignore the whispers of the universe. Education played a massive role in this suppression. Schools never taught you how to trust your intuition, recognize synchronicities, or understand the flow of energy around you. Instead, they drilled facts, formulas, and rigid structures into your mind. They taught you to follow the rules, obey authority, and seek validation from external sources rather than from within. Creativity, imagination, and abstract thinking were sidelined in favor of logic, order, and data. If you couldn't see it, weigh it, or quantify it, it wasn't real. And questioning this model? That was discouraged. Over time, science became the ultimate gatekeeper of truth. But not real science, the kind that embraces mystery, curiosity, and the pursuit of the unknown. Instead, a rigid, materialist version took its place, one that insists everything is random, meaningless, and explainable by probability. Under this model, synchronicities are dismissed as cognitive biases, mental glitches, nothing more. See the number 1111 appear repeatedly? That's just confirmation bias. Meet the right person at the perfect moment? Pure coincidence. Feel a strong pull towards something, as if destiny is calling? That's just your brain making connections where none exist. Everything is stripped of meaning. reducing life to a soulless equation. But here's what they don't tell you. Some of the greatest minds in history recognize that reality is not as random as we've been told. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of all time, studied synchronicities extensively. He believed they were meaningful coincidences, proof that the inner world of thought and emotion is mysteriously connected to the outer world of events. Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, often spoke about the significance of numbers, patterns, and cosmic intelligence. Even Albert Einstein, the father of modern physics, understood that reality is woven together in ways we barely comprehend. And yet, if you dare to take these ideas seriously, you risk being labeled superstitious, irrational, or delusional. Society ridicules those who trust in synchronicities, dismissing them as dreamers, mystics, or spiritual nuts. Meanwhile, those who conform to the materialist worldview, who believe everything is random and meaningless, are praised as logical, intelligent, and reasonable. But why? Why is there such resistance to the idea that the universe is intelligent, connected, and responsive? Because if people started paying attention to synchronicities, they would begin to wake up. And waking up is dangerous to the system. If you want to control a population, the first step is making sure they never discover their own power. And that's exactly what synchronicities reveal: power. They expose the illusion that reality is a lifeless machine, showing instead that life is alive, interactive, and deeply personal. They prove that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions have an effect on the world around you. And once you start seeing the patterns, you can't unsee them. You begin to realize that everything is connected, that your life is not random, that the right people, opportunities, and experiences appear at precisely the right moments for a reason. And that's when everything changes. Because the next question is, if synchronicities aren't random, then what are they? Where do they come from? And why do they seem to increase the more you become aware of them? The answer is simple yet profound. Synchronicities are a form of communication. They are the universe's way of guiding you, nudging you, aligning you with your highest path. They are evidence that reality is not just something you passively experience, but something you co-create with your own energy, focus, and awareness. The more you notice them, the more they appear. The more you trust them, the stronger they become. This is not magic. It is not superstition. It is simply the nature of reality, one that has been hidden from you for far too long. So the next time you experience a synchronicity, don't dismiss it. Pay attention. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to tell me? What direction is it pointing me toward? What patterns are emerging in my life? Because once you start listening, the entire universe begins to speak. Let's go deeper. At some point in your life, you've had an experience so precise, so perfectly timed, that it felt impossible to be random. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years and they suddenly call you. You open a book to a random page, and the words in front of you answer the exact question that's been on your mind. You notice a repeating sequence of numbers, 111, 222, 333, showing up everywhere, as if reality itself is leaving clues in your path. These aren't accidents. They are messages, and the more you start paying attention, the more they appear. But here's the real secret. Synchronicities are not just coincidences. They are deliberate signals from a deeper intelligence, a force that has been quietly guiding you your entire life. The universe is not a collection of random, disconnected events. It is an interconnected field of energy and consciousness. Every thought you have, every intention you set, every emotion you experience sends out a frequency, like a radio signal. And synchronicities are the universe's way of responding. They are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the physical and the metaphysical, the conscious and the subconscious. Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of modern psychology, coined the term synchronicity after witnessing countless examples of events aligning in ways that defied logic. He believed these meaningful coincidences were not random, but rather expressions of the deeper, hidden order of reality, a concept that ancient spiritual traditions had understood for centuries. Eastern philosophies call it karma. Mystics refer to it as divine timing. Quantum physicists describe it as non-locality, the idea that everything in the universe is fundamentally connected beyond space and time. But mainstream science avoids this topic, dismissing it as mere illusion, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Consider this. The entire universe is built on patterns and interconnected structures. Nature follows fractal geometry. Planetary orbits align in mathematically perfect ratios. Your DNA is encoded with repeating sequences. Everything in existence operates through patterns, cycles, and relationships. So why would human experience be any different? Why would your thoughts, emotions, and decisions not follow an underlying structure? The answer is, they do. And synchronicities are proof of that hidden design. They are the glitches in the matrix, the moments where the underlying order of the universe reveals itself. And once you start seeing them, you begin to realize that reality is far more malleable than you were taught. But if synchronicities are messages, then the question becomes, who or what is sending them? Some believe synchronicities come from a higher version of yourself, guiding you toward the right path. Others believe they are signals from the collective unconscious, the vast shared reservoir of human thought and experience that Jung described. Some even believe that synchronicities are hints from an external intelligence, whether you call it the universe, God, source energy, or a simulation attempting to communicate with its players. Whatever their origin, one thing is certain. Synchronicities are not meaningless. They are invitations to wake up, to pay attention, and to shift your awareness from autopilot to conscious creation. Because the moment you start recognizing them, the illusion of randomness begins to crumble, and that's where the real journey begins. The same phenomenon occurs with synchronicities. The moment you start paying attention to them, believing in them, expecting them, your mind shifts. Your awareness sharpens, your focus realigns, and suddenly, these meaningful coincidences seem to multiply. At first, it might feel like the universe is responding more actively than before, but the truth is, they were always there. The difference is that now, you're tuned in. But this goes beyond psychology or cognitive bias. It's deeper than just your brain filtering information. Quantum physics has long suggested that consciousness itself plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. The famous double-slit experiment revealed something shocking. The mere act of observation alters the behavior of subatomic particles. This means reality isn't a rigid, independent construct. It's fluid, dynamic, and responsive to awareness. In other words, the universe does not simply unfold in a predetermined way, unaffected by you. Instead, your perception, your focus, and your consciousness actively participate in the unfolding of reality itself. This isn't just an abstract theory, it's physics. Your thoughts, emotions, and attention are not passive processes happening in isolation within your mind. They interact with the very fabric of reality in ways we are only beginning to understand. Now, let's take this a step further and connect it with something even more profound: the law of vibration, one of the most fundamental principles of metaphysics. Science has already confirmed that everything in existence is energy, oscillating at different frequencies, from the smallest subatomic particles to the vast galaxies above us. But what many overlook is that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs also carry specific vibrational frequencies, just like sound waves or radio signals. This means that the energy you emit through your state of mind acts like a broadcast, constantly interacting with the energetic field of reality. You are not merely a passive observer in this world. You are an active participant, sending out signals into the universe, which then responds accordingly. So here's where it gets really interesting. If your dominant thoughts are filled with fear, doubt, scarcity, or limitation, you are unknowingly tuning yourself into a frequency that attracts experiences aligned with those exact themes. Ever noticed how a bad day tends to spiral downward? One thing goes wrong, and suddenly, everything seems to unravel. Traffic jams, misunderstandings, unexpected expenses, frustration piling up like a domino effect. That's not just bad luck. That's energy in motion, attracting more of the same. But the reverse is also true. When you shift your frequency, When you focus on alignment, purpose, and synchronicities, your reality starts mirroring that transformation. Suddenly, things begin to fall into place effortlessly. The right people appear in your life at the right moment. Opportunities open up where there were once obstacles. Solutions emerge without struggle. It's as if the universe itself is conspiring in your favor. And that's not just wishful thinking. It's physics, psychology, and energy dynamics all working together. This is why people who become aware of synchronicities often start experiencing them more frequently and at an accelerated rate. It's not that these meaningful coincidences suddenly begin to exist. It's that your energy is shifting, and your reality is reflecting that shift back to you. Think of it like tuning a radio. The signals have always been there, but you can only hear the station you're tuned into. When you direct your attention to synchronicities, patterns, and messages, you are adjusting your consciousness to a higher frequency, one that reveals the hidden order of the universe. And this is where it gets even more fascinating. Your subconscious mind plays a much greater role in generating synchronicities than most people realize. While your conscious mind is busy with day-to-day tasks, making decisions, solving problems, managing schedules, your subconscious mind is working behind the scenes, processing vast amounts of information at an astonishing speed. It is constantly identifying hidden connections, recognizing patterns, and linking seemingly unrelated events. Together, it is the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, between what you are consciously aware of and what is orchestrating itself beneath the surface. This is why setting an intention is so powerful. When you set a clear intention, you are not just hoping for an outcome. You are activating your subconscious mind to begin aligning your reality with that intention. You are effectively priming your consciousness to recognize the pathways, opportunities, and synchronicities that will lead you to your desired destination. The universe is always communicating, always responding to the energy you put out. The question is, are you listening? Are you aware of the messages? Once you start recognizing synchronicities for what they truly are, not random chance, but deliberate signals within an interconnected field of consciousness, your entire perspective on reality shifts. When you consciously or unconsciously set an intention, whether it's a desire for guidance, clarity, or a new opportunity, your subconscious begins filtering reality, aligning people, events, and circumstances in ways that nudge you toward that outcome. It's like giving your subconscious a mission, and once it locks onto that mission, it will start drawing in the information, signs, and opportunities that lead you exactly where you need to be. This explains why people who deeply believe in synchronicities tend to experience them more frequently. Their subconscious mind is actively participating in the alignment of reality. Now, skeptics will argue that all of this is nothing more than selective attention, that synchronicities are just random events that our brains selectively notice. But if that were true, then why do these events so often carry profound personal meaning? Why? Do they perfectly align with our thoughts, emotions, and internal questions at precisely the right moment? And why do they have the uncanny ability to lead people toward pivotal, life-changing decisions? Because synchronicities are not coincidences. They are a form of communication between your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and the deeper intelligence that governs reality itself. They act as guideposts, signs placed along your path, gently nudging you in the right direction. The key is knowing how to work with them instead of against them. Once you start consciously aligning with synchronicities, they don't just appear more often, they evolve into a tool for transformation. And that leads us to an even bigger revelation. Why? Do some people experience synchronicities constantly, while others never seem to? What separates those who live in effortless alignment from those who remain lost in disconnection? The answer may surprise you. If synchronicities are happening all the time, why do some people experience them constantly, while others barely notice them at all? Why do certain individuals seem effortlessly guided by life's hidden patterns, while others feel lost in randomness? The answer is simple: awareness, alignment, and belief. Most people live their entire lives in a state of disconnection, trapped in a mindset of logic, doubt, and rigid materialism. They are conditioned to believe that life is purely mechanical, that things happen due to cause and effect, that luck is random, and that the universe is indifferent. This belief system acts as a mental barrier that blocks synchronicities from appearing in their lives. Even when meaningful coincidences happen, they brush them off as irrelevant, refusing to acknowledge the deeper patterns at play. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in a pitch-black room filled with radio waves. Hundreds of stations are playing at the same time, but if you don't have a radio tuned to the right frequency, you won't hear anything. The same applies to synchronicities. If your mind isn't tuned into the frequency of alignment, you'll never notice the signals that reality is constantly sending you. Now, contrast that with people who live in tune with synchronicities. These individuals are not special. They have simply trained their minds to be receptive to the signs around them. They don't dismiss strange alignments as mere chance. Instead, they pay attention, trust their intuition, and follow the patterns. And here's the fascinating part. The more you acknowledge synchronicities, the more they happen. This is because of two key factors. The subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is a powerhouse of hidden intelligence, constantly absorbing vast amounts of information that your conscious mind simply cannot process. Every second, it scans the environment, picking up on subtle patterns, unnoticed connections, and opportunities that remain invisible to most people. Think of it as a silent observer, always running in the background, piecing together fragments of data that might seem insignificant at first, but, when aligned correctly, reveal a much deeper order in reality. When you start actively focusing on synchronicities, you are, in essence, training your subconscious to prioritize and amplify them. You are telling your mind, this is important. Pay attention. It's like fine-tuning a search engine. The moment you enter a specific query, it starts filtering through the endless sea of data to bring you exactly what you're looking for. Similarly, once your subconscious mind understands that synchronicities matter, it adjusts your perception, allowing you to recognize them more frequently. This is the subconscious connection, the bridge between your inner awareness and the external patterns of the universe. This is why some people seem to have uncanny luck. They are unknowingly directing their reality, aligning themselves with the right moments, right people, and right circumstances. While others stumble through life dismissing synchronicities as random events, these individuals see the signs, follow the patterns, and trust the flow. Their subconscious is wired for synchronicity, effortlessly guiding them toward experiences that align with their highest path. And the best part? You can train your mind to do the same. The law of vibration. Everything in the universe operates on frequency, from the smallest subatomic particles to the vast cosmic structures that shape existence. But what many people overlook is that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs also vibrate at specific frequencies, constantly influencing the reality you experience. When you exist in a low vibrational state, burdened by fear, doubt, stress, or negativity, your energy field contracts, limiting your ability to perceive beyond immediate survival needs. Your awareness shrinks and your focus becomes locked on problems, obstacles, and limitations. In this state, synchronicities struggle to reach you, not because they aren't happening, but because your mind is tuned to the wrong frequency, filtering them out. On the other hand, when you elevate your vibration through gratitude, mindfulness, curiosity, and conscious intention, your energy expands. You shift from resistance to receptivity, from fear to flow, and in doing so, your consciousness aligns with the hidden patterns of the universe. Suddenly, synchronicities begin appearing everywhere. Not because they weren't there before, but because you finally attuned yourself to notice them. This is why people who meditate, practice mindfulness, or engage in deep introspection often report a massive surge in synchronicities. They have quieted the mental noise, creating space for the universe to communicate. Their heightened awareness allows them to move through life with a sense of guidance, as if reality itself is responding to their internal shifts. The truth is, synchronicities are always present, but only those who raise their frequency gain access to them. But there's one more crucial element. Faith and trust. Trust is the bridge between noticing synchronicities and fully integrating them into your life. People who experience synchronicities frequently are not simply lucky. They trust the process. They understand that these signs are not random but intentional nudges from a deeper intelligence. Instead of overanalyzing or doubting, they follow the signals. They see a recurring number, hear a phrase multiple times, or receive an intuitive pull towards something, and instead of dismissing it, they act on it. With each step they take, they reinforce the pattern, strengthening their connection to the flow of synchronicities. Over time, this alignment becomes second nature, allowing them to move through life with a sense of ease, as if the universe itself is guiding their path. And this is where most people fail. They notice synchronicities, but don't take action. They see the signs but hesitate, second-guess, or dismiss them as coincidences. They wait for more proof, more confirmation, as if the universe owes them certainty before they move forward. But that's not how synchronicities work. Doubt weakens the connection. Ignoring synchronicities causes them to fade. Because these are not just messages, they are opportunities for alignment. They are doorways, invitations to step into a new path, a new perspective, a higher version of yourself. The universe is always speaking, always presenting chances to move in the right direction. But in the end, only you can choose to walk through the door. Do you believe the universe constantly sends us signals? Have you ever experienced synchronicities in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch the video in its entirety. If you're interested in exploring more topics on spirituality, inner transformation, or mind philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to the Top Hidden Knowledge channel for more content on wisdom, spirituality, and personal growth. Or, if you have time, check out other videos on this channel. Until next time.